Well, this past week, it's been a great one for Coyote fans. It's Don Plitzowite in women's basketball, Leanne Williamson in volleyball, and now the head football coach have all received 5-year extensions. That means Bob Nielsen will most likely finish up his college coaching days in Vermilion. He just got to a major milestone, 200 collegiate victories last year, and it took less than 300 games to get there. His career mark, 202, 99-1. When Nielsen took the Coyotes to the postseason in 2017, it marked the 5th consecutive program that has reached the playoffs within 4 years of Nielsen taking the helm. South Dakota won its FCS playoff debut and reached the Final 16. The Oats are 16-19 in 3 years under Nielsen after combining for just 12 wins in the 4 previous seasons. Nielsen's a 3-time National Coach of the Year and won a pair of national titles at Minnesota Duluth. Well, the Cougars of USF sure wish they could give Gabe Watson a 5-year extension. More preseason honors for this guy, as today he was named a preseason Division II All-American by College Football America Yearbook. Watson is already a 7-time All-American and finished 5th in the Harlan Hill balloting last year. After leading D2 in 3 categories, he set 8 school records, rushing for 178 yards per game. Gained almost 2,000 yards, scored 26 times, averaged 7.4 yards per carry, scored at least 2 touchdowns in a game 8 times last fall for John Anderson. Well, the Sioux Falls Storm upset undefeated Arizona in the United Bowl Saturday behind a vintage performance from the IFL's career scoring leader, quarterback Lorenzo Brown, in what might have been the final game of his career, although he's going to wait a little bit to make up his mind. Zach Borg has more on our Carl's TV and Appliance Athlete of the Week.
From the moment he first suited up for the Sioux Falls Cougars 11 years ago until now, Lorenzo Brown hasn't changed much.
My pregame has been the same since I can remember. You know, I'm not really a guy to get too high or get too low. I just go with the flow and, let the game do the talking.
The difference now is that the wear and tear of 10 professional seasons, the last 5 as starting quarterback for the Storm, has started to add up for the 31-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, days are numbered. I don't know if this could be it, but I definitely am enjoying still playing the game. I'm having fun doing it, and I just don't take this for granted.
The last 2 seasons ending on difficult championship losses in part pushed Lorenzo to return and helped him get back to the United Bowl this season against his former backup Drew Powell and the Arizona Rattlers in front of nearly 15,000 fans.
Going back to my USF days, our quote was always winners win because that's what winners do. It's really instilled in me, you know, winners win, they got to find a way to do that at all costs.
Brown rolls out, fires down the field, catch is made, touchdown Sioux Falls.
And Brown played like a 2-time college and IFL champion, passing for 200 yards and 5 touchdowns while running for another, to lead the Storm to a 56-53 win at Arizona, earning MVP honors.
The competitive atmosphere, you know, and getting some scores early. He built confidence off those. I think he knew that we had a good game plan, and we could put them in a bad position, and he played with confidence.
Whether it was his last game is something Lorenzo will decide later.
No, I wasn't really thinking about this could be the last game. You know, it could be anybody's last game, honestly. Sweet, it was really sweet. Just the environment being there.
He's just happy to add a new championship ring to his collection.
Touchdown Sioux Falls.
Zach Borg, KDLT Sports.
Speaking of championship rings, it was a big weekend for the Dakota Alliance 14 and under soccer team. This squad dominated at the state and regional levels and went to Tennessee over the weekend and did the same thing in the United States Youth Soccer National President's Cup. They outscored their opponents 23-0 and brought home the big trophy. It was the first national championship for the program.
This team last year got to the national final and lost in the final, and so made it a mission of theirs to actually try and become national champions this year.
It was really fun because it's like a vacation, but then with your teammates, and you get to play soccer, so.
Pretty cool vacation, I'd say, and especially neat to see how well South Dakota youth teams do on a national level, regardless of the sport. Congrats to this talented Dakota Alliance soccer team for winning a national championship. And the T-Wolves went after a championship tonight, believe it or not, of the Summer League in the NBA out in Las Vegas. They were undefeated, took on the Memphis Grizzlies, and this guy, Keelan Martin, after they were down by 17, went off. He scored 10 straight points and got them to within 1. And watch Jordan Murphy, the former Gopher. This is what he does. He gets rebounds, he scores. 14 points, 8 rebounds, got it down to 1, but Grayson Allen, the former Duke Blue Devil, he had 17 points to lead Memphis, and they held on down the stretch. Wolves had a chance to tie it at the end of the game, could not do it. They lose 95-92, still go 6-1 in Summer League in Vegas. Good start to the season for them. We'll be right back.